The protection of Ganoderma lucidum on cardiovascular system has been recorded since ancient times. The Compendium of Materia Medica states that Ganoderma lucidum governs the accumulation of Qi in the chest and benefits the heart. It refers to the entry of Ganoderma lucidum into the heart meridian, which can promote the circulation of Qi and blood. Since the 1970s, domestic scientists have conducted extensive clinical trials on the efficacy of Ganoderma lucidum spore powder in treating coronary heart disease, hyperlipidemia, or hypertension. Overall, after 1 to 6 months of treatment, about 50 to 80% of patients have significantly improved symptoms such as angina, abnormal electrocardiogram, indicating myocardial damage, high cholesterol, high triglycerides, hypertension, excessive blood viscosity, as well as palpitations, chest tightness, headache, dizziness, edema, fatigue, and cold hands and feet. Why is Ganoderma lucidum spore powder effective for cardiovascular and cerebrovascular diseases? Firstly, let's start with the fact that Ganoderma lucidum spore powder can regulate blood lipids. When hyperlipidemia occurs, the patient's cholesterol, triglycerides and low-density lipoprotein all increase, while high-density lipoprotein decreases. The research shows that Ganoderma lucidum spore powder can reduce the increased cholesterol, triglyceride and low-density lipoprotein, and increase the reduced high-density lipoprotein. In this way, the blood lipids are kept at a normal level. When the blood lipids are normal, the blood viscosity will be normal, and some parameters of hemorrhagiology will be normal. Ganoderma spore powder for heart protection. Heart strengthening. Ganoderma lucidum spore powder can enhance heart contractions by 30 to 50%, promote blood circulation, and alleviate heart rhythm. Antioxidant. Ganoderma lucidum spore powder can enhance the activity of superoxide dismutase in red blood cells, enhance the clearance of free radicals, and reduce the chance of low-density lipoprotein oxidation. This effect can prevent arteriosclerosis and thrombosis. Promoting vasodilation, Ganoderma lucidum spore powder can promote vasodilation, thereby reducing the chance of embolism, lowering blood pressure, and increasing blood flow. The latter acts on the heart, improving myocardial microcirculation and enhancing its ability to resist ischemia. Acting on cerebral blood vessels can increase the oxygen supply to the brain and enhance the ability of brain cells to fight against hypoxia. Lowering blood lipids. It is the root cause of Ganoderma lucidum spore powder to protect cardiovascular system. Taking Ganoderma lucidum spore powder for a long time can reduce serum total cholesterol, low-density lipoprotein and triglyceride, at the same time can improve high-density lipoprotein, keep blood lipids in a good balance, reduce blood viscosity and avoid atherosclerosis. Lowering blood pressure. The higher the blood pressure, the greater the burden on the heart, and the higher the risk of cerebrovascular and coronary artery rupture and bleeding. Animal experiments have found that Ganoderma lucidum spore powder has a good antihypertensive effect. On the one hand, this effect comes from triterpenes, which can inhibit the activation of angiotensin, avoid stimulating vasoconstriction, and prevent and control the rise of blood pressure. On the other hand, it achieves a hypotensive effect through the central sympathetic nervous system, reducing both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. Inhibition of thrombosis. Ganoderma lucidum spore powder can effectively inhibit platelet aggregation, avoid thrombosis, reduce the chance of artery occlusion. and prevent myocardial infarction by acting on the coronary artery of the heart. It acts on cerebral blood vessels and can prevent stroke, with adenosine being the main component.